Five.
What are you laughing?
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard, I'm ready to change. Scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, 'cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
you are not as tough as
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me.
Hello and welcome to FPL Agony, here to make fantasy football less like hell. Welcome to our live show. In today's show, we're talking about everything Game Week 3, and we're bringing back one of our greatest inventions. It's been to be the return of Bench Nightmares. I cannot wait because there are some shockers. Wow, what a show we got lined up for you today, and let's introduce you to our Cockney experts in residence. First up, FHM voted him the funniest man on FPL Agony. Let's hear it for Scott. How you doing, Scott?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to my mum for voting numerous times. Thank you.
And then next up, we have who FHM voted the second funniest man on FPL Agony, and that's only because he steals all of Scott's jokes. Let's hear it for Signore.
Yeah, they call me the nasty nabber.
Oh, God.
Well, if
Just
they
having a
did,
Rosie Lee.
if they didn't call you that before, they're definitely calling you that now. Well, welcome. What a fantastic couple of game weeks it's been. It's been lovely having the football back, hasn't it, guys?
That's it?
West Ham
Depends
are
on
doing all
what
right.
matter.
Yeah, but real football is not real football, is it? FPL is real.
That's right. Everyone's here for the actual FPL talk. Just a reminder, get involved in the chat. Shout out to Calvin. Thank you very much for tuning in. Get involved in the chat. I post comments on screen. We answer questions. We talk about the stuff you say. We've got some little debates tonight about what moves we're going to be making for Game Week 3. And plus, there's all sorts of other discussion points we've got coming up later in the show. Signore, Chelsea, how you feeling about them this week?
Oh, it's been frustrating. I've enjoyed like this new football that we've been playing. Just seems like we've been stuck from the curse from last season of not being able to score the goals. It's just it is what it is. It's a process.
It's always a process. It was a process under Poch. It's a process under Potter. I mean, just too many processes. Let's win some games. I'm a bit nervous about Luton Town, and that says quite a lot. Scott, West Ham, great start to the season. Looking really good. Declan who? Surely.
Who? What's that?
Who?
Don't know who you're talking about, mate.
We
Yeah, it's been
haven't-
fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, I was gutted after the 1-1 draw in the first game because I felt like we have a quite difficult run in. But that game on Sunday was fantastic. Yeah, atmosphere was electrical under the stadium. I know, obviously, Signore put out a little FPL Agony short out on all the socials. And if you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. But yeah, the FPL Agony derby was fantastic. To see us walk out with 3-1 win was just absolutely insane. Great debut for, JWP. And yeah, we rolled in for the season. Excited for the season to come now.
Fantastic. And there's even better news, because as you texted me and Signore in a panic earlier in the week, a certain former loanee has been training with West Ham. And yes, we're going to be talking about Jesse Lingard again. How are you feeling about the return of Jesse, Scott?
Oh, God. You know when you just think you're done, and you've been done for quite a while. And you've accepted that. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. And then you see the news and you're like, oh, yeah, whatever. But, guys, I'm ready to be hurt again, right? Let's just see this football tattoo. Can you see that?
We can see it.
We're ready to be hurt again. Jayling's all the way.
Jesse is a friend. I know he's been a good friend of mine.
Well, he's been impressive in training. I think it'll be a great squad option if it was to happen because we've lost a lot of midfielders this summer. And we've loaned one out to Southampton and Flynn Down. So we need the squad depth if we're going to play in Europe. So, all the numbers we can get, I think is pretty decent. So we'll see what happens. But yeah.
Is there going to be any possibility, though, that Jesse stabs you in the back? He uses West Ham to look for a better option and then signs for like Aston Villa on deadline day.
No, I'm leaning to the idea he's actually watching the stream tonight, so probably not. No, I think he's going to be. All the news is coming out of the club that he's turned down numerous big money offers to come back to his second home. So his second home is FPL Agony, of course, but I think he'll probably have to go to his third home in West Ham. But that'll be all right.
Well, I can't wait to see him play back in maroon and blue. It's going to be fantastic, and. Yeah, if Chelsea can't have him, let's hope that West Ham do.
We will sign him on deadline day, and then you'll make a bid in January for about 60 million.
Yeah, exactly. 60, is that it? We don't bid 60 million, Scott. We like to spend some money.
80, 90, 100 plus. Come on, man.
Plus, you've got the Brit tax to put on top of it. So we're looking at about 150 million, I think. As a Chelsea
the David
player.
Dickinson of football transfers.
Todd doesn't care. He just throws money at anyone. Right, let's take a look at the FPL Agony League. There's been some big movements at the top, and a congratulations to Luke's team, $1 Million Baby, who takes first place in Gameweek 2, overtaking Jordan Baker's Alpha FC. So, fantastic. Yeah, well done to you two. But have a look who's in 6th place. It's our very own Signore. Well done, mate.
Have a good look at that, fellas. Have a good look at that.
Yeah. You're only...
chuffed for that.
You're only 8 points off top.
I know. Top 55k.
I mean, you're only about 10 You're only about 10 points off bottom as well, so it's quite early days.
Yeah, that top 55k rank ain't gonna last long.
No, but
is that what it is? That's quite good. It's a nice way to start the season, isn't it?
It's very nice to see. And if you want to get involved in the FPL Agony season, we've just left a code on the screen for you. Join our league. there's a couple of hundred people who join the league. We don't have a couple of hundred people watching mine. Do I have to kick some out?
Yeah.
In fact, we might just get let's just have a league for the regular viewers. Shout
So
out
it'll just be our 3 accounts.
yeah, exactly. Shout out to FPL Posty, who's currently babysitting Jesse Lingard. He's sat here with him. She's been recording some TikTok dances. I'll tell you what, if Lingard does sign for you, it doesn't matter if he scores goals because the West Ham TikTok account's going to be banging. It's going to be fantastic.
You know, they've stepped it up lately, you know, that TikTok account. When they filmed Paqueta's penalty in like 980k or something like that, and it was mad. It was brilliant. It was mad. Our media team has stepped it up. So shout out to them.
The Chelsea TikTok just has the goal highlights from last season, which consists of one Conor Gallagher goal in March. I think that's all we've got going on.
You know what's really, really funny? I was going to end it with Conor Gallagher, so I'm glad you did. I swear, really.
Really? Oh, good. Right.
Where are you guys in the league?
Well, we have to go down a bit further, I'm afraid. We have to go quite a lot further down. But I'd like to say, Signore, I'm only 20 points behind you. So Scott is currently in 41st place with 130 points. And I'm currently 45th place with 130 points. I don't know what's going on. We've got the same number of points, but I'm 4 places lower.
It's because you decided to make your team with about 94 seconds left of the deadline. I made my team.
You are probably the last person to submit a team.
That'd be really interesting to find out, actually. If anyone from FPL can let me know how many more people completed their team after me when I submitted it with a couple of minutes to go, please, let me know.
Yes, official_FPL admin. Get involved. Tell us what's happening.
Exactly. Let us know the stats. We need the details. So it's pretty close. But, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, get involved in the league. And maybe all 3 of us can make the top 10 this season.
God, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Let's make that happen.
Add another couple of zeros for you then, Matt.
Oh, I'm going to have to transfer out Ollie Watkins if I want to do that. I'm sorry, I've given away.
No, you're definitely not after tonight, people. That's what we call it. I think we're the first YouTube FPL account that can actually respond live to Ollie Watkins' hat-trick, by the way. It looks like an absolute star today. If you're gonna go on that purple patch, it's the perfect way to start it. That's all I'm saying. So, triple captain this week, fellas, 100%.
Yeah, well done to Ollie Watkins for scoring a hat-trick against the Titans of Hibernian. The question is, can he? The question is, he can do it against Hibernian, but can he actually score a goal on a Premier League weekend, please? Sorry, I'm really bitter about Ollie Watkins because he's just a paperweight. He's a paperweight in the Premier League at the moment. I mean, how many goals have Villa scored? And he's got none.
He's not even.
That's true, actually. I know that was scary the other day when he was taking off penalties. I couldn't believe it.
I find that a little bit mad. Like, why is he not taking the pens?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a proper shock. 2 assists though, more than Jackson.
Yeah, well, that's not difficult, is it? Sorry, I don't want to put a downer on the show, so let's
Getting
be
too
positive.
stressed at me.
I know. I'm just annoyed. You pick these players in your team, you spend a lot of money on these players, and they just let you down. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm waiting for Ross Barkley to start getting his minutes on the pitch, and I might just sub out Watkins for Barkley.
Listen, mark my words and bookmark this. Luton's first home game of the season, Friday night, 1st of September, against West Ham United. Barkley scoring.
Okay, let's bookmark that.
What's happening with Kenilworth Road, by the way? Is that stadium actually going to be ready? What are they doing to it? They put a couple of extra.
Yeah, be ready.
Not worth anything.
For the best team in the Premier League, come and have their first game at home. West Ham, Luton, West Ham. It's going to happen. Can't wait.
Well, I heard that the reason for the home games being delayed is because number 38 had their bins in the way of one of the entrances, so they had to spend a few weeks.
I like that, Matt. That is good.
That was good.
God, you actually caught me alarm there.
The council don't collect bins on a Saturday, do they?
You Bedfordshire Council.
Kenilworth Road. Well, I hope the 15 fans you can fit in the stadium and have a good match. They enjoy that. Let's have a look at the fixtures for this week, though, which is pretty exciting. So we have Clash of the Titans. Can Luton Town get their first win of the season away at Chelsea? Well, it's possible because Chelsea are not great at the moment. But Chelsea versus Luton is the first match. And we have Bournemouth versus Spurs, Arsenal v Fulham, Brentford versus Palace, Everton versus Wolverhampton, Man U versus Forest, Brighton versus West Ham, Burnley versus Villa, Sheffield United versus Man City, and Newcastle versus Liverpool. Signore, are there any games that you're looking forward to this weekend?
Yes. So the first one that you suggested, the Mark Stein derby, I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if you know who Mark Stein is, Matt, because he played for Chelsea back in the.
Was it before 2003?
Scott's face. It was before 2003. Mark Stein was like one of my heroes growing up. I'm not going to mention the Matthew Upson derby because there's another one in there. But the Philip Senderos derby, I'm actually really looking forward to as well. Because I need my Arsenal players to just keep doing it.
Can we just disclaim this right now? We actually have no idea what he's about to come out with when he says it. That's the point of this whole thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, they actually tried to guess before the show started, and I was like, nope, you ain't got it. Nope.
The Philip Senderos, that is pretty special, actually. I like that one.
Well done. Well done.
Should we tag him like we did with Begovic?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he's on Twitter, mate. I don't know if he pays for
what a nice man Begovic is. He gave us a little like and a little love heart, didn't he? What a guy.
Yeah, he did, indeed. What a proper guy. Good luck to him at QPR, because he's going to bloody need it at QPR.
I'm going to turn this into a TikTok and you can tag him in.
Oh, God.
No, yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
Scott, are there any fixtures that you're looking forward to this weekend?
Yeah, the Championship QPR fixture, but it's not on there at the moment. Before we get unfollowed by various QPR fans and get absolutely ridiculed. But I don't know, really. I think that Sheffield United Man City fixture could be quite tasty if you've got Haaland captain. You obviously blanked last week. I think that could be quite tasty in terms of returns for players if you've got them in your team. And that's about it, really. It's just one of those game weeks. I'm thinking, like,
just
take it or leave it. I'm a bit worried to come up against Brighton because we haven't beaten Brighton since 2012. So I'm not expecting 3 points there.
They are scoring goals for fun at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one at all, actually. And especially at the Amex. I was about to say the Whitdean Stadium then, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, that's me for this week. See you later.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Spurs, though. That could be one. If you've got any Spurs players in your team, you've got Ange Ball, good old Angie, doing magic things after 2 games.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. What was it? Was it match of the day? Was it match of the day or someone? They compared Postecoglou against like Conte and Mourinho, like with percentages. It's like he's been manager for 2 games. What is this?
Yeah,
oh wow!
Ridiculous.
It's a talking point, isn't it?
So this is what football punditry's become.
I don't know what's more shocking. What's more shocking, that stat or the fact you watch Match of the Day? I mean,
I don't know. Go on.
Who even
maybe we should do it.
Day now?
Maybe we should do a stream during match a day and called it the FPL Agony Match a Day Challenge. You know, the Match a Day Challenge. You start it and you actually have to finish it. It could be
I
quite
wouldn't
an
know 'cause I
interesting
don't
one.
watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be logging after about 90 seconds, to be honest. Like,
I don't know. I could
No,
be falling asleep
I don't-
before
I
the credits are done.
busy life, people. Busy life.
I don't usually watch Match of the Day. In fact, I just saw highlights on YouTube. I tell you what I do watch. I watched Sky Sports' YouTube channel because they have 750 videos a day called Breaking News. And, wow.
Go on, play it. Play it.
Whoosh.
Hey.
Oh, dear. That channel gets on my nerves.
People are going to be
wouldn't
tuning
mind-
in when it's like, which transfer are you making this week? I'm on a -4 and I need to take out Watkins. And you're talking about Match of the Day and we're talking about Sky Sports. What endorsement is this? Is anyone of them actually watching? Hello, Gary Lineker tonight. Bloody hell.
I don't know. You know what? I've been watching some of the the YouTubers, other YouTubers. They do a far better job, you know. And there's some really good ones out there. It's better than some of the big channels, to be fair.
Well, you know.
There's
Thanks,
one called
guys.
FPL Agony, which does a great job.
First, you have to watch it to actually get that, what you just said
Yes.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get the fan base up, and then
Shout out to if you're still watching. Okay, so that's some good stuff. Let's talk about, what should we talk about next? Let's talk about teams. Let's talk about decisions that are coming up. This is Signore's team from Game Week 2, and I'll go through the teams in case you can't see it, and then he's going to tell us about what changes he's thinking of making. So in goal we have Turner, we have a back three of Saliba, Estefan, and Cash. A midfield five of Mitoma and Buemo. It's going to be called Estefan from now on. I don't care. After last week, Mitoma and Buemo. That's a good. Oh, well done, Signore. Rashford, Salah, and Saka. That's a midfield five, and then Nick Jackson and Haaland up front. Signore, talk about what moves you're thinking of making for Game Week 3.
well, I've got 2 free transfers, so I've already made one. I've taken out Lewis and I've brought in the Tottenham guy, Van der Veen. Just because I feel like Spurs might keep a couple of clean sheets potentially, and he seems to be very close to bonus points. Looking at the stats on the FPL app, I've got another transfer now. I don't know whether to roll that transfer and have 2 for Game Week 4, or a bit of a risky one. But I don't know whether to take out Rashford. And I thought about Son. Son's a differential. That is crazy compared to 2 seasons ago. Or go cheap and bring in someone like Solly March, but to triple up on Brighton. I'm a little bit sceptical about that. You know, to have Gloria, Mitoma, and March is, a bit much. But it'll leave me money if I do that.
It's a bit much.
A bit much. But, it'll give me money to strengthen either up front or in defence a bit more. And I'm stuck with these 2 goalkeepers that are useless.
Yeah, you are. You're stuck with Turner and Pickford, so have fun with that.
Yeah, I mean, the other option I could do is bring Sanchez at Chelsea for 4.5 for Pickford, but do I really want to do that? I don't know. We seem to be leaking goals. So, yeah, I might just make the one transfer, the Van der Veen, and roll. And have 2 for next week.
Nice. Scott, any opinions on John's team?
I think you're in such a great position here, to be honest, mate. Like, in all seriousness, I think if I was you, I'd actually roll. I don't think you need to do too much. You've got one player in the middle of that screenshot on 16 points last week, which I've messaged many times about it. Very, very envious. If we go back to the end of that stream a couple of weeks ago, I said I don't know if it's going to be him and I don't know if it's going to be Mitoma. Then obviously we had the Gabriel Saliba massacre that we need to kind of sort out last minute, and it just kind of get off my mind, and then it was just too late. I think it looks like a solid team. I wouldn't. I think I would just roll. I wouldn't go triple Brighton because in about 2-3 weeks time, Europa League's going to be starting. You know, there is going to be mass rotation, I think, at Brighton more than there would be at West Ham, a club like West Ham, for example. We haven't got the strength and depth like they have. And they're only going to buy a player for like 500,000 quid and then sell him to Chelsea for 90 million next summer anyway. So that's just more competition for you. No, in all seriousness, like that, I wouldn't go near March. You've got one winger, that's enough. Of Brighton's.
Yeah, I mean, his goal was banging as well. How good was his goal?
And like, to be honest, like we're talking about Gloria and stuff like that. In all seriousness, like Estepinian is just, he's playing so high and he's getting goals, he's getting assists, he's getting clean sheets. He is playing like a forward for Brighton. Like that is already doubling up, and you're earning some silly points from it. I wouldn't. I was interested when you said about the Sanchez thing. Actually, I like that because you haven't got a Chelsea defender in there. So that could be something you look at. But I just don't think it's worth a transfer just because of you've got it there.
Yeah, exactly. So I might have to just suffer my goalkeepers at the minute.
I'm very jealous of the Matoma and Bremo combo you've got there.
Yeah.
That might be a move I make, to be honest, because I think it's such a good move. Well done. Well done. Some good stuff here.
Congrats. Some praise. I like praise.
I know.
No, it's a new season, mate. New season.
Yeah.
FPL praise.
We're only 20 points apart at the moment. That's why.
Maybe we do that just to see if we get an extra few subscribers. FPL praise.
FPL praise.
Doesn't have the same ring to it, though, unfortunately.
Every Sunday night we sing. Right, let's have a look at Scott's team. So this is Scott's team from Gameweek 2. We have Turner in goal, Chilwell, Gloria Estefan, and Saliba in back three. Then the five of Bruno, Saka, Rashford, Matoma, and Martinelli. Then Haaland and Watkins up front. Scott, first of all, how's your team faring? What you happy?
I mean, the fact that picture of me says it all, and the fact my t-shirt still isn't ironed.
And you're wearing the same t-shirt today, I noticed.
Don't even try it. No, I've got about 6 of these. Yeah, don't give me all that.
He's worn the same t-shirt since the photo shoot in July.
It probably is still the same one, to be fair. But do you know what? I'm feeling a bit indifferent about the team. Like, I set up the season, I was really happy with a double United, and I thought, you know what? Like, he's not underpriced, but compared to what he was last season, Bruno, I thought 8.5 million is an absolute steal. They have looked so below par the first 2 games. Did you see their result today in a behind the closed doors friendly? They lost 3-0 to Burnley.
Yeah,
I don't heard about that. But just if you didn't know, Watkins scored a hat-trick today. We haven't spoken about that yet, but he scored a hat-trick.
Not against Man United to Burnley.
Watkins is still a solid option, and I was leaning to taking him out, but I think after that tonight, you're fickle fans, aren't you? Like, your players, you want to kind of see on that kind of form. He might take it into the Prem. Udogie on the bench, getting 5 points over Chilwell, who barely managed 1. He literally went off in like the 60th minute and 2 seconds. I looked at the clock in the stadium and went, I think I've got the 1 point for that. It's just insane. Like, it could have gone anywhere. My transfer plans are, it's in Buemo. He is the one that I am just need to get him in there. Even if he blanks this weekend, I know he's there. It's one of those ones. It is serious FOMO now. I forgot about Salah for the moment, to be fair. Like, I know got a great assist. People captained him against Bournemouth, but I just feel like if I can take possibly Bruno down to Embremo, and actually maybe just roll the other one as well. I mean, it's not in the worst shape, my team. Not in the best either. It's one of those ones.
I don't know if Scott. It's just the Man United's players just haven't lived up this season, have they? Apart from Wan-Bissaka on that first game. Like, not really anything's happened for them, has it?
Yeah, and don't bring that up, because I know I said don't pick him, and I know I said don't pick Isaac and all of that business.
I weren't going to bring him up.
But
I did consider making a compilation of all of the calls you were making during the first stream, and then showing their goals straight after. Don't pick Isaac, and then show his goals, and then don't.
That's quite good, actually. If we do this for a long time, after 5 seasons, maybe we do a whole compilation of 5 seasons, including a Tony one of last season.
It could be the new channel trailer.
Pick him. But yeah, so that's what I might do. And I know Mbeumo went up in price last night, and I missed the price rise, and I get that. That's fine. But if you're taking Bruno out, you still got money in the bank either way. I've got 0.5 left in there anyway. Because yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the only move I'm like 100% going to do is bring in Mbeumo, because just he's on fire. He's not. I mean, I only scored 2 penalties, and not every game that's going to happen. But I think the goal he scored it's great. They're playing really well, Brentford.
He looks like their best player as well. Like he stepped up in Tony's absence. And the back end of last year he did, I felt. But
yeah, I saw the news today. They're looking to sign. Is it Gonzalez from Fiorentina? I don't think that's his name. We played against him in the final of the Conference League. Plays on the wing.
He looks lively.
He's quite. I mean, he did really well against West Ham, so I'm not too sure whether that directly affects him. I don't know. I have looked at Jackson as well. I think that is such a great few games of a run to kind of buy into. What is it? Luton, Forest, and another team. Is it Sheffield United as well, or
Sheffield United? I think, yeah.
Sheffield United, Forest, and Luton. I mean, not in that order, but
we would have lost those fixtures last season.
Yeah, no,
100.
We still might.
But I think that would be a great to buy into. But then that would mean I can't afford that unless I take out Watkins. And I'm just like, do you just take out someone that's just got a hat-trick? Either way, if it's in the Conference League or in the Confidence League, as some people used to call it, or in the a hat-trick's a hat-trick at any level. So, I don't know. I don't know who Villa actually got this weekend. Even though we just went through the fixtures, I can't remember.
Well, you didn't care, did you, Scott?
Yeah.
Obviously not. Yeah, but so that's, I think, maybe just a 1 free transfer, and just build on that for game week 4 potentially.
We have a bold prediction from MMH Football here, who says Jackson, 3rd game, he's bagging a brace, bookmark it. So
I would love that.
If you've got Jackson, don't transfer him out. And if he doesn't score, you know exactly who to blame for that piece of advice. Thank you for tuning in to MMH Football. And FPL Posty wants to know, why does it look like, in the picture that's on the screen of you, Scott, why do you look like you're in a free kick wall?
Because
I'm just thinking about my actual background in my own house. I was like, what? No, okay.
To be honest, when I saw that comment, I saw that comment a couple of minutes ago. I was just looking at you talking on your screen going, I don't get it. I was looking at the wrong Scott. We've got too many Scots on screen. Let's fix that by putting me on screen and talking about my team. This is my team from game week 2. It's just annoying. It's just annoying. I should have had Areola as my first goalkeeper with 10 points. A little bit of a bench nightmare for me. Had Cash with 6 as well, so I missed out there. I've got Chilwell, Estefan and Saliba as my back 3. Rashford, Mitoma, Martinelli and Saka in midfield. Haaland, Jackson and Watkins up front as a 3. But on the back of our discussion, I was looking at Rashford or Martinelli as being potentials to transfer out. And Mbeumo is someone who, I'm really interested in looking at. How much is in Mbeumo?
6.7 now.
6.7?
Yeah.
Rashford's more, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 9.
Yeah.
So is Martinelli. They're both, that would easily cover that.
Yeah, so I'll have a few million in the bank. I've only got 1 transfer because after game week 1, obviously Captain Paperlegs Reece James got injured again for the 658th time of his career.
Oh yeah, he injured his cheese strings. I mean, his hamstrings, didn't he? So it's just
Did you steal that joke, John?
Maybe I nabbed it.
Just like that second team of these is nabbed as well, for God's sake.
The nasty nabber's back. So.
I think we might know MMH Football. Shout out to you. I don't know who you are. Let us know afterwards who you are, if we remember you.
I like that.
Amazing stuff.
To be honest,
dear.
Matt, look at your team. It's like Scott's though. It is a decent team. It's just been a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like that front three of yours would have scored a goal each on a different day with those fixtures.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
I wouldn't touch them three at all.
No.
I think they'll be the most, selected free strikers this
they
game
won't
week,
let
in
you,
my
Scott.
opinion. If you were playing a wild card, I think they would be the three you bring in, to be honest. I mean, in terms of the fixtures, who would you go for? United against Forest, have him in goal, or do you have Areola against Brighton? I think Anana would still start out of those two. And to be honest, on paper, who are you actually picking? West Ham, Chelsea, or Tottenham, United. In some ways, it's close, but you're still going to have Anana in goal over Areola. Like every day, no one expects us to have that penalty save and stuff like that. So
no, exactly.
I think if you're going to do that move, do you balance it out and just have only one Arsenal, and then you still cover United by Rashford and you still cover Arsenal by Saka? Maybe that's the one you look at. It depends, really. How much have you got in the bank? Anything at all?
Let's have a look.
Imagine you had 1.7. You could put Barkley to Embuemo. That would be quite tasty.
Shut up! No, I don't. I've got 0.4.
Well, maybe not too much. Yeah. I'll lend you a couple of quid if you want, mate, because I'm not using it this week.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Imagine you could do that. Swap chips or gift a chip or something like that. That's what FPL should do. Gift a chip to the needy.
No, because we'd all give our money to you, Scott. You end up with like 300 million budget. And you'd win every paid league in the world.
No, wouldn't do that. Not allowed to do that. Thank you very much.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so maybe same thing for you. Maybe Embuemo in. It's quite tricky otherwise. But you're gonna struggle to kind of every week. I think like Cash could easily start for you, but who are you taking out of those 7 attackers or 4 mids and 3 attackers? It is quite tricky. It is quite tricky, that.
I'm thinking well, is it Rashford or Martinelli? I'll probably go Martinelli to Embuemo, I think.
What do you think, viewers? What should Matt do? Martinelli out or Rashford out?
Right, yeah. Let me post in the comments. Who goes...
Start up a poll, people. Start up a poll. Let's get involved.
Oh, yes, I could do a poll. Hang on. I forgot I can do that. Oh,
there
God,
you
hang
go.
on. I've got to log into our account.
And you've still got... What have you got? 1 day, 21 hours and 22 minutes to make this decision. So, and it's right there on the screen, folks.
How do I do a poll? How do I do a poll? They changed it.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Sorry, I don't know.
Who's our techie man?
Not working tonight. He's on your leave.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, yes.
But yeah, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Who goes? Martinelli or Rashford? I can't spell Rashford. There we go. I'll just put that in the chat. Yes. MMH Football says, have a look at my team.
Get Rashford. FPL posted. Get Rashford out. He looks like a lost child in Asda playing up front.
Jesus.
Other supermarkets are around, by the way, people.
Oh man, alive! Right, I've got a vote for I've got a vote for Martinelli. We shall see. Let me know in the chat what you want to do, or what you think I should do. That would be very interesting. Oh well, that was cool. Let's go on to the big feature of today's show, where we get to have a little bit of fun. Because oh no, it's too early. I forgot about this.
Show
notes.
That was smooth.
Go over this one then. Right. That never happens.
Yeah. In fact, can I just go back? Can we just go back? Take 2. Yes. Well, very interesting. So maybe let's go over to the next discussion point of the evening. Really, if we're talking about disappointments, is who's been your biggest disappointments so far? Looking at your teams, let us know in the comments as well. Didn't see this coming. Scott, anyone sticking out to you as being someone you're disappointed with, either in your team or just in general, not made a great start?
I just really want to have some fun, really, to be honest, now, after all of that. I mean, some of your selections there, I think, I'm not, but if I was a McAllister owner, I would be so gutted right now to get those minus points for that red card.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, you don't get that back, but it's been rescinded. So he's going to be playing, and rightfully so. It clearly was not a red. I think you'd be really gutted if you went there. But again, if you're a Jackson owner, I think against Liverpool he looked really, really good. He had some really good runs in behind and stuff like that. He could have easily picked up a brace. I'm going to be a bit biased, obviously, but I think we looked quite. I think we dealt with Jackson last weekend myself, but he still looked good. He looked good in front of my eyes. So I think if you're a Jackson owner, stick with him. He's going to be like a Darwin in some ways, a cheaper Darwin this season. Like, you're going to own him, and then he's just going to explode hopefully at some point. But it just never happened with Darwin, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it'll be those two for me, really.
Signore?
I mean, from my team, Rashford's been the biggest disappointment. Just so much promise. He had an absolute banging season last year. Felt great him being in this team. It just made sense him being in your FPL team. So that was quite disappointing. But one I'm actually a little bit, I think is a bit of a disappointment. I thought he was going to kick on this season, was going to be Grealish, and he's not been in the fold really, has he? So that's something that I've looked at and gone, a little bit of fear of missing out on him, but I'm glad he's not in my team.
Yeah,
it's just really tricky having City.
How about you?
Ollie Watkins. That's why I put his picture up there.
Oh, I know
He's
that.
mine.
I was just
what
throwing
made
the
you
worm
think?
out there, Matt.
I don't care about Hibernian. Score at the weekend, please. How can your team score all the goals they have and then you don't get involved? I mean, sorry. You set me up. You triggered me.
Posty's just put a really interesting question out there. I don't know if we can have a quick discussion about that.
Do you think McAllister will take pens off Salah?
Look,
No.
It probably won't happen, but it's not a bad shout. I mean, Salah's record against Bournemouth, again, they spoke about it before the game started. He missed last season against Bournemouth. I know he scored the conversion, but it works out to be an assist, basically, when you work out the points. McAllister scored all these penalties last year, didn't he? For Brighton. 100% record. So, look, I mean, if Salah was to go off the pitch again, like he did at the weekend, they've also got another solid penalty taker. Look, I don't know how many more misses before that might even be looked at. I mean, Arsenal looked like they're playing hokey cokey with their penalties. Did you see the quotes? Oh, I wasn't actually supposed to.
I was a little bit mad because I wanted Saka to get the points.
Saka gave it to me. I scored all my penalties in pre-season, so he gave it to me. That's not supposed to help, is it? As I said, FPL is real life. Like, that's not supposed to help with real life.
It's people's lives at stake here. Honestly.
Do you know what I mean? Madness. But yeah, it's a good discussion point, no Posty. I like that.
Harrison says Scott is mine. As in just yours, or your
I'm the biggest. I'm mine too, Harrison. Thanks very much.
I think he just wants you.
This is the guy who picked Dan Juma in his team for the start of the season. So
yeah, fair. Right. Well, let's go on to the feature that we've all been waiting for. This is where we get to have a little bit of fun looking at some other people's teams. And of course, it's the return of one of Signore's greatest inventions. It is time for Bench Nightmares. Oh,
was this one?
What?
Oh, you're mad. That is a lot of points on that bench.
So this is...
I mean, you should know. You're the one that picked it out.
Yeah, but I don't know what order he's going to put them in, do I?
So we have 6 teams we're going to be looking at this evening. This is Marseille United. Let's have a look at this bench. Areola 10, Haaland 2 points, Shaw 1 point, Walker 6 points. There's a couple of things we have to pick apart here. Firstly, the fact that Haaland is first sub.
Yes.
What? What's that about?
Is this on a wild card as well?
Oh yeah, I
God,
just
yeah, they played
noticed.
the wild
Does that say
card.
wild
Played
card?
a wild card. And you
Mate,
put
this
Haaland.
is what do you know what I called? This is a new feature for me. Hashtag don't know the game, mate. Like this is 100% do not. Do you get a wild card every week? No, you don't. You really don't. But carry on doing you.
This is crazy.
Scott, this is our target audience, man. So come
This
on.
is everything. That is literally every player that basically returned in game week 1. Oh, let me just pick them again. Let's just do it. Like Barnes, for example. João Pedro.
Oh, what an
Oh,
awful
I need.
wild card. Oh, I didn't even spot that. That is disgusting. I'm really sorry, but you've made a bad choice. You've made many bad choices here. I can't get
Maybe
over
they're
the
playing the
fact
long game.
you played a wild card, but put Haaland
What, in-
and Walker.
What, in 24, 25? So how long do you want it?
Yeah. Oh man! Wow. Okay.
it's
Next
nasty.
up, we have this nightmare, which is Zahan FC. And here we have Martinez 8
Wow.
points, Estefan 11, Antonio 9, and Pellistri with 1 point. Whatever. But wow. I mean,
You can't be putting Gloria on the bench, can you?
you've got what's that? That's 29 points on your bench. If you played a bench boost, that'd been banging. But
I mean, if you have 28 points on your bench without playing your bench boost, I mean, I can suffice that. But the fact he's got that 1 point on the third sub, that just ruins it for me. Like 29 points is horrible. Like,
you've got more points on your bench than your midfield.
I thought he was about to say his whole team.
Yeah, no, not quite. Not
I hope
far
you've
off.
got one of them. I hope you've got one of them.
Bruno is captain. That was
Oh
that's
no, it's not. He's
that's a
blatantly a
shout.
United fan. He supports United, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So bad luck, Zahan. That's not great. Our next team is Just Winging It FC. This isn't so
Maybe they are.
bad,
I mean, jeez.
except we have Mbuemo with 16 points on that bench. And I brought this up because, unfortunately, this is someone who has McAllister actually on their team with a -2.
Oh, just what I was talking about earlier. Oh no.
God, that does hurt, doesn't it?
Why would you have Mbuemo on your bench? That's what a mad choice.
This is
that
one of those throw your phone at the wall moments, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, this is not good.
you got a midfielder who's on -2, and then you got like the highest scoring player of this game week just sat there on your bench.
Yeah.
Just
This is-
with his feet up, filing his nails, happy days. Oh mate, you'll be gutted.
Oh,
Oof.